Chet Holmgren, the #1 prospect for the upcoming draft.
He's the total package.
Swats that one away for three. Yes! This is insane. Wow. Chet Holmgren, are you serious? He has been the man. Look at that ball! Oh, come on, America! Get the Notre Dame! Chet Holmgren!
Mike Schmitz, ESPN, here with projected #1 pick, Chet Holmgren, out in Santa Barbara. Just finished up a workout here. Chet, how's the pre-draft process been going for you so far?
Man, it's been great. I have all the resources I need put in front of me, from meal prep to, a great weight room with, a great weight plan, and then obviously great on-course stuff, 24-hour gym access pretty much. Whenever I need to get in, I can get into the gym. So everything I need is here, and, I'm taking advantage of it.
For me, coming out here the last, few days, couple times this week, being able to see you handling the ball, shooting on the move, coming off of ball screens as a ball handler, busting out into dribble handoffs, all that. How excited are you for the NBA game and just how open it is to be able to show some of that versatility?
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be able to play in the NBA. It's been a lifelong dream to be able to, play at that level and compete at that level. So, I'm excited to show what I can do.
So looking back, okay, I wanted to read you my first scouting report of you. And I just want to know what you think of this, okay? So this is 2019. All right, you were younger, right? Really high shoulders, true. Shoots it super easy, long arms, fluid spins on the way to the rim, like your spin moves. We'll go up, protect the rim, try to rebound in traffic, like how aggressive he is attacking. Spin moves, lefty finishes, shoots it super easy, aggressive. That was the first time I saw you, was playing against Evan Mobley. He was trying to pressure you, and you didn't look like you were afraid. Took it off the bounce, finished an and one. First, what's your take on that scouting report? Bad, good, off base, and what do you remember about this move?
I think it was a pretty good scouting report based off, that was your first time seeing me at USA? Yeah. So based off, what I remember from that camp, that was pretty on point. And then as far as the move, I don't remember how much time was left. I just remember we were up. We were trying to run a little bit of clock, so I just kind of pulled it out, and then somebody was yelling at him to get up and pressure me, and then he tried to, jump up and pressure me, so I just kind of hit him with a couple, a half spin, kind of froze him, and then got downhill. Yeah, against, a guy people were talking about as, an all NBA, all defensive team, first team type of guy, potential defensive player of the year in the future. I think you opened a lot of eyes, at that camp. And then we've seen that all freshman year for you at Gonzaga. So we're going to break down your film here. We're going to go through, start with the offensive stuff, because that's where I think, people maybe don't quite understand the upside you have on that end of the floor. And I think where you were really able to show that was in the open court, right? What do you remember about this, and what are you looking at in the defense as you kind of bust out here? So first the block, there's the toughness, right? Yeah. You get the block, first thing I do is look up. I like to throw those baseball passes, because at Gonzaga especially, we had wings and guards and bigs that ran the floor hard. So first read is look up, see if somebody's open. Nobody's open, everybody's running their lanes, middle of the floor is open. There's nobody's back yet to get to the elbows and, hard stun at me or hard help. So I just kind of went straight down the lane, got the big dude on my side, and then just finished at the rim. Almost like a little cross jab almost type of move right here. Keep him off balance a little bit. Yeah. And then acrobatic finish. So one guy best in the NBA probably in these situations, Giannis. Have you watched much of him? Yeah, I watched a lot of Giannis film. What are your biggest takeaways other than the fact that, On Giannis in general? Yeah. Or in these situations? In these situations, he's, reading the defender, and then he has, crazy footwork and extremely long strides that make it hard to guard him, and he's explosive, and he uses that to his advantage, and he always takes what the defense gives him. You think you're somebody who can continue to have success in these kind of grab-and-go situations right at the next level? Yeah, for sure. Another grab-and-go here. The big is kind of retreating. Yeah, in this game, they actually had Bowen guarding me pretty much whenever we matched up. So on this one, I was guarding Toss. I got the rebound, and Toss wasn't able, to get back to his, so he just called it. I saw him call it out. He told the four-man to pick up Drew. So I knew he was going to be guarding me, so I just tried to push it while he was still getting back on defense, make him pick a side to flip his hips, and then just go the other way. Yeah, so when you see this, you feel good about that? Yeah. If I can close this distance,
Yeah.
then yeah, I feel real good.
Yeah, size him up, and then the spin. So what are you looking at in kind of their defensive alignment and his hips?
Well, he opened up to the right, so I just try to take another hard step right, and if he slides to cut that step off, I know I can spin back.
This has always been kind of in your package, huh? The right to left spin?
Yeah, right to left, left to right.
Either way.
Yeah.
And then there's the finish, little touch shot. So again, here in transition, I was at this game. I remembered, like, I think you just given up an offensive rebound before this.
Yeah, I started out the game kind of slow. Helped out the strong side corner, gave up a 3. Gave up offensive rebound. He had to turn around in my face. So yeah, it was a bad start to the game, and then just had to kind of pick it up and run from there.
Yeah, then you went crazy.
Yeah.
And so here, the block, and then we're pushing again. What are you seeing on this one? Just sizing him up?
So I'm here, he's even with me. I see him stop kind of early, so I don't really have a lane to drive. And then I lose the ball a little bit, so I just slow it down, cross back to the middle, and then I see 6 guys on this side of the floor, so I just try to come back to the empty side, and I see him face guarded Andrew, really.
Right. And you see that top foot, attack that, right?
Yeah.
And then draw the foul. So, you know, in multiple ways, the ability to kind of get downhill to the rim, right? And then this is just, someone's got to pick you up.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they were doing. I'm pretty sure they were dropping back into a 2-3.
Okay.
And then we had 2 wings running wide, so you know, these guys had to pick up a wing or give up a 3, and, you know, 3-man front against the 2-3, nobody was there to stop me, so I just pulled up.
And you walked into a ton of these, you know, in semi-transition, even like early offense situations, feeling really comfortable, even stopping on a dime with those kind of, you know, behind-the-back moves, right, that we're seeing out here. And the hang pull is kind of a part of your game, too.
Yeah.
One of the best hang pulls ever, probably, huh?
Try to get there, yeah.
Yeah. And KD.
And KD took it from T-Mac.
Shout out to T-Mac.
Yeah, big shout out to T-Mac for the hang pull.
So what did you like about T-Mac's game?
I mean, there's a lot to like from the, you know, the turnarounds to, you know, the actions he played out of. He played out a lot of pin downs, you know, off the move in space. You know, obviously the hang dribbles, but, you know, he could hang dribble and then blow by you too. KD does the same thing.
What do you like about KD? I know you've mentioned him as a guy, I mean, obviously, like...
I like his whole game.
He's every hooper's favorite hooper, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Just how smooth he is, how fluid.
His footwork, yeah. The way he plays the game, sees the game.
Have you always been a guy who watches a lot of film and, like, you know, ingests these little things? Like, I don't think a lot of guys your age, you know, are talking about T-Mac running off of pin downs.
Yeah, no, I just say I'm a fan of basketball in general, so I watch a lot of basketball. I've watched, you know, countless mixtapes too, and T-Mac's definitely one that I search up on a regular. But then I watch a lot of basketball games too, like live. So I've seen a lot of KD and Giannis and these other guys.
Jaren Jackson too, another guy who like has started to kind of handle the ball more, even in pick and roll. Here in transition, obviously nobody picks him up, but you know, another guy I think like kind of fits that mold of someone who can, you know, put it down and play out of those actions that you can. You remember this?
Yeah.
Travel or no?
I split my pivot a little bit, but they don't call that in the NBA, so I'll say no travel.
I like that. So, all right, we've seen you busting out as the ball handler and now kind of as the trail, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, but that little one-legged fall away, I know you had one in the second half against him as well.
Yeah.
What's the key to this move?
Just using my inside shoulder to create that space. He backed up off the shoulder, and then, you know, even though, you know, Mark's a hell of a shot blocker, and he's like 7'1", I know if I fade back a little bit and use my knee to create that space, I know I can get my shot off pretty much on anybody.
Yeah, I mean, this is 7'8" wingspan, ACC Defensive Player of the Year, right? So
yeah.
I think that shows that's going to translate. So the ability to, you know, get it in transition yourself, and then like we talked about, Dirk's one-legged fall away was crazy.
Yeah.
Did you study much of him?
Yeah, I've definitely watched a lot of Dirk clips.
Yeah, just another guy who can get his shot off at any time, high release, footwork, the whole deal. So, all right, that's in the open court. Now, I think, like, in the half court, you're built for the modern NBA, you know, with your ability to, like we talked about, you know, busting out of the corner into handoffs, even here, like, running through the catch. This is super fluid, you know, for a guy your height. Take me through kind of what you're seeing from beginning to end.
Early in the season, we ran this play and plays like this a lot, where I was kind of in that high fill. Different plays. Sometimes there was, you know, also a corner fill as well. Sometimes this side was cleared out. early in the season, I'd just kind of fill to the opposite slot. And, it'd give me the 3 and sometimes a drive here, but a lot of times Drew would be posted there, so I had nowhere to really go. So later in the season, I started chasing the guard all the way over to the same side slot. And, I could either get that 3 on the move or be able to rip back and have space to get to that elbow. And then I could also come back this way. I just had to read this guy, the guard who's guarding the passer, and see where he's at. So he kind of stays there as I come down. And he reaches, so I just spin back away.
And one, just like the understanding of attacking on the catch, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys, it's catch, hold, jab, like a lot of those tendencies.
And if you look, he's expecting me to be over here too. Look, he's tagging. He's expecting me to be over here, loses me.
And that gives you a lane to the rim.
Yeah, and then I have the advantage.
So then at what point do you see this guy digging?
Ra was a hell of a shooter, shot like 46% from 3, so most guys aren't leaving him, but I just saw him stay there. And, I knew he was a smaller guard, so if I picked it up and I was strong with it.
Clean pickup.
Yeah.
And, there's the length, the footwork. You've always had that type of footwork? Like, did you do anything specific growing up that's allowed you to be so light on your feet?
Coach Larry had us, was teaching us all moves and stuff. It wasn't like a guards on one side, bigs on the other.
Yeah.
We're all just on the same side, working on the same stuff. So I kind of just got some guard fluidity through practicing that stuff and then playing pickup. In pickup, you got to create your own shot.
Yeah.
So otherwise, you're just running wind sprints basically at that point. So I worked a lot on my moves in pickup.
Yeah, and you mentioned Coach Larry Suggs, Jalen Suggs' dad. Has Jalen, former high school teammate of yours, has Jalen given you any advice, what to expect or anything through the process?
Yeah, no, I've talked to him a lot about the NBA game. He said try and slow things down as fast as you can because everybody at that level plays slow. Even when there's 7 seconds on the shot clock, nobody's rushing. Everybody knows, 7 seconds is a lot of time in the NBA. You can get to almost 2 more actions than that. And, other pointers, tips like that, about the NBA style of play and, things that can help me come in ready to roll.
Potential #1 pick. I know you got some NIL money, but about to coming to some real money. What's your splurge or your first big purchase or fill us in on that?
I'm not a big, huge go spend all my money guy, but definitely going to be spending money on food. Good food, expensive restaurants.
There you go.
I'm a big food guy, so I'll probably have a pretty big grocery bill.
Okay, what are you eating? What's your cuisine of choice?
It depends what city I'm in, but I love the surf and turf spots.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a filet mignon and some lobster.
There you go, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good move. And Backyard Bowls. Santa Barbara.
And
shout out to Backyard Bowls.
Lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. That's more East Coast vibe. Midwest, you got that? Minnesota?
West Coast too.
Yeah, true.
Every time I go to Vegas, and we've been there a lot for, tournaments and stuff over the years, so had some good restaurants.
So you got your spots.
Yeah.
All right, back to the film though. This is I think an action that NBA teams are going to use you in, right? Maybe not this exactly, but whether you're busting out of the corner into a handoff. So what are you reading in the defender that leads to this decision?
At the end of the day, if a defender wants to go under a screen or shoot the gap on a screen, they're basically, saying that you can't hit that stop behind 3. So that's the read every time, and just knock that down. And
so say you're just missed your last 3, whatever it is, you're not really feeling good from beyond the arc. What's one thing you can do?
Well, Drew right here kind of flipped it, so I can come right back to the open side, and then, if he steps over hard, it's a little pocket pass to Drew. Because this man's cutting out with Andy, so there's no stunt guy really in the way if I come this way. Otherwise, I can continue to bounce him down and see what my reads are from there.
Yeah, so you're saying because Andrew's clearing out, there's no help?
Yeah, because normally if Andrew was right here and I was in the open side, this stunt guy would be kind of patrolling. Yeah, seeing if I'm going to throw that pocket pass. But he cut out all the way with Andrew. He kind of stopped in the low hole, but there was nobody there for that pocket pass, so it would be there.
How many 7-footers in the NBA playing pick and roll, throwing pocket passes?
KD, Giannis.
Maybe Jokic? Different speed?
Yeah, different speed. But again, that goes back to how slow the NBA is. It slows it down. They don't need to play fast. So, Jokic knows what he's doing. He can get to his stuff regardless.
I would say that about Chris Paul. Like, he's playing in slow motion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the setups, everything is just his own pace.
He's seen it so many times. It's just,
Same movie.
pretty much.
So, again, another guy kind of playing out of these actions too. Jaren Jackson, kind of similar, right?
Yeah.
They gap it, mistake, make them pay. And then way back, Texas KD.
That was a bad man.
Batman.
Bad man.
Like 25, 26 a game. You think you'll get to a point where it's like hop quick like that with your release? You think you're there?
Yeah.
Like where you can sprint off of it and it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here, coming out of it again. So you can kind of race that under too and just attack?
Yeah. Well, I saw he was going under. They wanted me to just launch a three. And, I didn't. I mean, obviously, I said that's the read every time. But I saw he got bumped by Anton, and I had the advantage downhill. So I just tried to take it, and they tried to cut me off, which gave me the spin.
Yeah, back left-hand finish, showing that ambidexterity. And then again, Jaren, another guy who's like been playing a lot out of these actions and blocking a lot of shots, having a lot of success.
Yeah.
So there with the offhand finish. And then also you can be kind of the guy who's initiating, right?
Yeah.
In dribble handoffs. What do you see on this one that leads to this move?
I just saw he was expecting the handoff and then
Yep.
the guard come off. So he was getting in position to, guard a ball screen. So he kind of gave me that little advantage to fake it downhill. And then I saw that there was help. This guy is going to usually drop down here when this guy helps in on the big. So I knew that the fill back to the top was going to be there. Turn around. Julian, great three-point shooter.
Big time.
Knock down.
Yeah, great pass. So you got a bunch of options there, right? If he doesn't sink down, then you got the corner.
Yep.
Patient, make the right read. Big time. And one other guy who's comfortable in these situations, Anthony Davis. Do you watch him much growing up?
Most definitely.
What do you like about his game?
Again, his versatility.
Yeah.
Can do a lot of things on both sides of the ball.
And throwback. This is, I think, his rookie year.
Yeah, this is a while ago.
Yeah, looking lean. And then another guy we talked about earlier, Evan Mobley. The Cavs, potential rookie of the year. Scotty Barnes edged him out, but Cleveland used him a lot in these type of situations. Kind of 4-5 pick and roll. What do you like about this, and do you foresee yourself kind of functioning in some of these as well?
I love this, and I love that the NBA is going in this direction. And I definitely see myself doing this.
What do you love about this?
I just love seeing a 7-footer like myself. Obviously, Evan Mobley, great player. Come off a middle ball screen and skip into an elbow pull-up.
Yeah, that's like, this is the new age basketball to a T, right? I think one day, in 100 years, it might be all 5 Chet Holmgrens, Evan Mobleys, everyone's 7'1" and can pass, dribble, shoot.
Yeah, if there's that many, athletes of that level that, are on the planet.
Right. As of now, there are only maybe 3 or 4. Someday we'll see. I can see you in these situations, like we've seen out here too, maybe even more extended, beyond the arc. And then sometimes you get the switch, right?
Yeah.
What are you seeing here? Get the switch.
I just shot a switch and just, got to my move quick.
Yeah. Good footwork.
The defense gave me, yeah.
And you have kind of like the sweeping cross too. We've seen that, not there, but in general in the past. And then one name you'll hear a little bit, Porzingis. I know he's been injured a lot, but another guy who can like shoot it off the bounce like that and on the move. Have you watched much of him, and what do you like about his game?
Most definitely, like you just said, he can shoot off the move. He has a, hell of a touch on his jump shot. He can shoot obviously off the dribble, but off the move as well.
Yep.
Off the catch and shoot off the move.
How do you think you guys are different?
I feel like I can create off the dribble, and I'd say it in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, and we've seen that, at all levels. And then here, just again, a little hezzy cross, right?
Yeah.
They dig at it, but get to that little float game.
Yeah.
And kind of similar, a little bit. You can see the influence. And so that's the offensive side of the ball. I think you're going to fit really well, in that kind of modern NBA and handling the ball, playing out of all those different actions. It's rare to have a guy who can play in pick and roll as a ball handler and the screener, right?
Yeah.
And I think you can do those things. So defensively, just want to show you a couple clips here because I know the offense is the underrated part, but I think your defense as well is like a big reason why I think you're the #1 pick is because you can do both and have an impact at a high level. So this is kind of a complex action that you're probably going to see in the NBA.
A lot of stack action, yeah. We saw this all year long.
So I'm curious what you're seeing here and how you guard this and talk through this.
Yeah, well, there's countless ways to guard
Yeah.
stack action. You can just switch it all the way through.
Yep.
If you have the personnel for it, you can play, all the way over on this side if this guy's not much of a lob threat, or if you can tag here pretty hard, get through and then get back. Yeah.
All right, so you're getting through the first one.
Yeah.
Shackelford screen.
He kind of like. He slipped it. He was hot this game. He was trying to get to a 3, so he didn't even really set a screen. He just slipped.
Yep.
So I didn't even get screened. So I just kind of had to get there to stop the guard and take away the lob threat.
Then you go under this one, more or less, kind of right, to give Salas room to get through.
Yeah, I mean,
Give him a gap.
If he was setting that screen, I'd have to go wide out.
Okay.
And Hunter would have to tag the roll man.
Okay.
But he just slipped it. So at that point, if he's slipping, I just gotta get there to be in help.
And then you whip your head around, understand like he's coming off this, right?
Yeah, that's another screen. That's a switch downhill.
Yeah, so like a veer, right? Late switch.
Yep.
Gets into his legs. And I just like the processing speed of understanding all that at once. It's pretty high level stuff. And I think a lot of bigs, especially freshmen or rookies, like it takes them a lot of time to pick that stuff up that quickly.
Yeah, I mean, early in my career, I'm going to be putting in a lot of actions just to see if I can guard actions back and forth. The Warriors do it to a lot of bigs, different teams like that. So, being able to move my feet and guard multiple actions with multiple different personnel is going to be important.
And you feel good about that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I know, anyone who would maybe question you would say...
It's going to be 90% effort.
Yeah.
So.
And you have the length, the feel for the game, no doubt about that. And then just a handful more here. So in ball screens in these drops, what's your goal?
Guard 2 guys at once until my guard can get back in front.
Yeah, no roller behind, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Sometimes...
If you are up to touch?
Yeah, sometimes it's not bad if, the guard is more of a threat than the big, and I know I can recover. Then I'm going to err on the side of stopping the guard.
So you can kind of stun at him a little bit too and still get back?
Yeah.
You got backside help?
Yeah.
But here, play 2 at once. Don't let him get behind you. Use your length. And one of the best at this kind of cat and mouse situations is Gobert. You watch much of him? Different style of player, obviously.
Yeah, no, definitely. Whenever I'm watching the Jazz play, I'm definitely watching how he guards the ball screens.
Yeah, not a guy who's stepping out as much, as yourself, but similar like rim protection and ability to change shots at the rim. And then, the one question people may have is like, all right, how's he going to hold up if he ends up guarding Embiid or whoever it is, right? And you're laughing. Why are you laughing?
A couple reasing.
Yeah.
Embiid averaged 30 for a reason.
Right. Who's guarding Embiid is the question. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I'm going to go out there and compete at, 100% level, no matter who I'm guarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a funny statement.
Yeah, and having the toughness, right?
Yeah.
And we saw it against Jalen Duren too, right? Trying to go through your chest.
Yeah.
For the most part, change shots at the rim with your length and just using that toughness and physicality, right?
Yeah.
And then one thing I think you're really good at too is like keeping a high hand. Gobert's really good at that. This situation here, keeping a high hand and changing shots in that regard. But I think your ability to step out and switch as well is going to be a strength. And you can guard 4s or whoever it is, right? Where do you think you're at as a switch defender?
Obviously, I have room to improve. I think I made a big stride towards the end of the season. Obviously, one of my reads is taking the top foot, so don't give up a top foot.
Yeah.
And, jump backwards rather than try and guess side to side with really good guards, especially, Javon Quinterly, obviously a really good,
shifty.
Yeah, really good isolation guard, so don't give up that top foot.
So don't allow him to attack your top foot?
Yeah, jump back and not side to side.
Yeah.
But late contest, force a tough pull up.
Yeah, you live with that. For the most part, good defense, ability to, talk through that as well. And then Evan, somebody who all year was just like a weapon, clamping small guards, wings, whoever. Have you watched much of his perimeter defense?
Yeah, and, with a lot of bigger guys that are put on guys like Trae Young, you can't, and Coach told me this too, even on switches and stuff, like you can't help on a 3, isolation 3, but, you can help on the rim, and, if you get beat, you can, contest at the rim and, recover, but, you can't really do anything if you just give up a 3. So take away the 3 first, and then, if you're 7 feet tall, you should be able to take away his floater, and then you'll have help down there too.
So that's you would guard Trey similarly?
Yeah, exactly how it is. Perfect, pretty picture perfect, really.
Yeah, and then has backside help, the whole deal. All right, what do you remember about this matchup?
This is a game that we wanted to win bad, but hell of a matchup. Obviously, Paul's a great player.
Yep.
Physical, got me to switch my feet, and then got into my chest and got a foul on me.
So that's the main thing to prevent this is not switching your feet, you're saying?
Yeah, just jump back and then know that I have the length to contest any type of pull-up.
Yeah, and if you're I know he likes to get to those pull-up twos, but if you're forcing him into that with your length.
Yeah, I mean, you'll take up a pull-up two over a shot at the rim any day. So
any day. And Evan, another guy, been able to kind of keep the ball in front, use his length. And then here, another action against Duke, ball screen situation, recover. Talk me through this one.
Yep, high center field, stop the ball handler. As soon as I see him pick it up, I'm recovering. I gave up a top foot here, but I flipped my hips and recovered pretty well.
Yeah, and then get a little stunt there, even if it's out of the corner.
Yep.
And so you're saying just use your length, stay solid?
Yeah, at this point, I had foul trouble in the first half, so I was trying not to foul. So I just made sure I didn't come down. And then I was able to still block it up top.
Yeah, big time defensive play, using your agility, your length, all that. And then here, just to show, getting downhill and some of those verticality instincts, right? You've had this since you were in diapers, I feel like. Since way back.
Yeah, it feels like it.
So good timing, almost snatching that out of midair. And then last one here, just to show the IQ, the vision, the instincts. So you have vision on this back cut?
Yeah, I mean, I'm weak side, so
Yep.
It's my responsibility, and there's nobody in the corner. So
Right.
Julian can't be low hole.
Yep.
Because his man's raised. So that's me, and I'm guarding a non-shooter. So I'm gonna give it up, make it look like it's open, and then take away both sides of the rim because I knew that he wanted to get to the reverse to try and avoid the shot block.
Yeah, big time block. So showing you can step away, protect the rim at a high level.
Yeah.
Clearly have a high understanding of guarding pick and roll.
Yeah.
Offensively, pass, dribble, shoot. Got great size, fluidity, the whole deal. Other than all those things, why is it that Chet Holmgren has the potential to be a star at the next level?
I mean, I think you said it best, but at the end of the day, I just love basketball, and I'm trying to reach my potential, and I see my potential being a very high-level basketball player. So we're striving for it, and I think I'm gonna get there.
And last question here. So you come in on time, you're locked in. Everything you do is like with a lot of focus and a lot of intensity. And yeah, you joke around a little bit, like have personality, of course.
Yeah.
But you seem very, very driven and focused. And even when I mentioned people may question how you're going to guard Embiid, like the laugh, the edge to you, right? Where does all that come from, and what is your main motivation? What's driving you to put so much into this?
Loaded questions. Where that comes from, I don't know. That's just who I am, really. That's all I'd attribute it to. What drives me? There's a lot to that answer, but I'm gonna keep that one to myself.
All right, hey, you can show us with your actions.
Yes, sir.
And,
yes, sir.
Well, Chet, it's been great to kind of track your development, get to know you a little bit over these last few years, and best of luck.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming through.
Man.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.